Hey guys, welcome to another Hunter video. I am a Night Elf Hunter on the Whisperwind server, and here I am in Darnassus, but I'm not going to really show you a guide video. Today, it's pretty much all about suggestions and rants that I have about World of Warcraft in general, and more specifically, most parts about the Beastmaster Hunter and the problems we face and the suggestions that I have to alleviate some of these problems. So the first is the training dummies. The training dummies, if you noticed, are mechanical classes, and I don't know why they have set it to mechanical. I mean, I understand the lore aspects of it being a mechanical dummy that you can hit, but for a hunter, improved tracking tracks everything except mechanical, and so that's 5% or possible 5% DPS that we could be losing out on, and I don't think that's fair. So make it into a humanoid so that we can track it, and people who want to try and test the damage on PvP could have a better chance doing so also. Another thing that's been hurting hunters for a long time is having pets follow us off of cliffs or ledges. Now, I just jumped off a ledge, and that didn't seem so bad because the pet did have a route a very short route to get to where I am off the ledge. But the only thing is, if I jump off this ledge, then my pet will go all the way around because there is a visible route for him to get to where I am. And that's about 5-6 seconds my pet has away. And now if that's in an instance, my pet could just pull a whole bunch of mobs, or if it's in PvP, I just lose my pet's DPS. And I think that's just unacceptable. My suggestion, maybe have the pet jump when we jump. That way, when we jump off a cliff, the pet will follow us. Another thing that really bugs me is that Beastmaster Hunters or Beastmaster Hunter pets don't really have any more survivability compared to survivalist hunter pets or marksman hunter pets. They have nothing, or they have extra points, but you have to use your full points just to get the usual DPS buffs that your pet needs for you to stay competitive. If you sacrifice any of those, your DPS wouldn't compare to any of the other hunter specs, and your pet's just as weak as all the others. With a Beastmaster tree, we have such a symbiotic relationship with our pets that we make ourselves weaker just to make our pets stronger. And so if our pet dies, that means all that strength that goes into them will just disappear until we actually revive him. And with revival, that's quite a few seconds off of your DPS, and you have to try to buff him up again so he's not as strong as before. And focus fire, bestial wrath, intimidation, serpent swiftness, there's just a few things that we'll be missing out if our pet dies. So my suggestion, have the Beastmaster talent, 51 point Beastmaster talent, to have more defense, mitigation, life, or something to keep our pets alive for longer so we're not so vulnerable. So my next complaint is the cower bug. Now, cower bug is just the official name for it. Oh look, it's a low-level Night Elf Hunter. Hello, Mr. Low-level Night Elf Hunter. So like I was saying, the cower bug. Now, what the cower bug is that there are skills in the pet that would randomly just turn on or off. And it's completely random. Sometimes it's cower, sometimes it's rabid, sometimes it's claw. Just skills that turn on and off. So throughout half the raid, I find out my DPS is very low. And checking all my buffs and my skills, I found out half my pet's damage skills aren't on autocast. So that's why I've been so low on the DPS. So please fix this. This has been plaguing hunters since the beginning of Wrath of the Lich King, and it still hasn't been fixed. And I know it can be put on the pet bar, but there's only 3 or 4 skills we can put there, and we can't afford to put all the damage buffs and everything on there as well. And one of my next complaints is hunter traps. Now, whatever happened to bear trap? Remember bear trap, where they promised us we could get a trap which will trap an enemy in place, it will hurt them, and it won't break with damage. Now, they took that out because they said they'll put more functionality into frozen traps or freezing traps, because what they'll do is trap an enemy and they won't break after 1 or 2 hits. Well, now they said they couldn't do that. Now they won't give us bear trap either, so we have neither. Now, freezing trap, a hunter CC ability, is probably the hardest in the entire game. You have to cast it, you have to place it, it has an arming time, and it's just very hard to trap an enemy. So can we please just get some more functionality with our traps, whether make an instant cast, something to, you know, make up for just the hard CC. Now, my next complaint is aspect of the pack. It's not really for me, it's for everyone else who has to party with a hunter. Aspect of the pack is one of the few buffs and debuffs that are given to you, and you cannot right click the buff off you. And it's a debuff that's given to the entire raid, and so one single hunter can wipe the entire raid. And you can't click it off. The only thing you can do is kick the hunter if he's not smart enough to take off that buff. And I think to give hunters that much power, it's part of where the word huntard comes from. It's just hunters who don't know how to trap, can't control their pet. They put on aspect of the pack and they just have no idea what's going on. And sometimes they don't know. If they don't read their chat logs very often, then they're not being hit and they don't know that it's on. Now, my next complaint is aspect of the Viper, or sorry, Viper Sting. With Viper Sting, it costs, for me right now, over 400 mana just to cast it, and I'm not even sure I'll get that mana back. So why is it costing mana? I find it funny how if I'm in a raid, I'm out of mana, I have to switch to Viper Shot, or aspect of the Viper, shoot my enemy a few times, and then shoot my Viper Sting just to get more mana back. Can't we just make it mana free? Because I know it has a drain effect, which might warrant for the mana cost, but it's so minimal and almost unnoticeable. So I think we could just take out the mana cost of Viper Sting. I mean, I really like the functionality and the skill. It's just I don't like how much mana it costs. Next thing, it hits pretty close to, I think, every hunter's wallet, and that's arrow costs. Now, hunters have the most expensive reagent in the game, and that's arrows. If you want to be a competitive raid hunter, you need the best arrows out there possible. And right now it costs about a few thousand arrows to run Nax or to run Alduar, and all that will cost like 100 gold. It actually costs us to just hit, to auto shot, to do anything. Now, I'm just going to shoot this dummy with my auto shot, and you can see in the lower bottom of the screen, my money is actually going down. It's costing 3 silver. 3 silver for every shot that I do. And especially if you're a Beastmaster hunter, that means you're shooting a lot faster than the other 2 specs, and you're just throwing your money at the enemy, and hopefully you get them down. I mean, for a non-tank class, it costs too much money. So can we please have something to mitigate that damage? Or, I'm sorry, to mitigate that price. Next thing, it's purely a suggestion. I would love it if this would happen. And that is, I want to ride my pet as a mount. I don't want anything like 100% faster mounting speed. I want it like a druid travel form. Just hop on my pet and just run 50% faster. Has to be outside, has to be out of combat, but maybe like an instant cast, jump on my pet and run. Imagine how cool that would be to have a hunter running through Darnassus or Stormwind on a Spirit Beast or on a Devilsaur. It would be awesome, although it would be pretty painful on a Devilsaur. Now, I know I haven't been putting out videos every single day, But go and check out my blog. It's at tribunalxhunter.com. I'm not able to make a video every single day because they take a long time, but I do blog every single day about everything that I learn or hear about, or my thoughts on World of Warcraft and hunters in general. So go over to my website, go check it out. It took me a while to build it, so I want everyone to just experience it once or twice. And so that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and take care. Till next time.